Right, so this is my first Heroes of the Storm video, and the only reason I'm doing it is because Malthael, he has been released. So, apparently no one can stop death. Thank you for the introduction, Malthael, much appreciated. I got your back, homie. Right, the bundle itself is 1,275 gems on the Heroes of the Storm 2.0 system. The bundle is obviously in the collections. There's also a skins bundle, and also that's been added is a welcome bundle. This doesn't cost gems, this is actual money, £4.29, 7-day stim pack, a few extra bits and bobs, not really anything worth it. But the main thing coming along at the moment is really that there's like a quest thing you can do. Basically, play with a friend for 15 games as a Diablo hero, and doing this will earn you some pretty rewards. Now, with these pretty rewards, the main one I'm looking forward to is, sad to say, the wings that will be coming into Diablo 3. Because when the Necromancer update hits Diablo 3, I'm so having a Necromancer with skeletal wings flying around. But anyway, I got myself some Malthael, I got myself some Malthael's Charger, I got myself a wife. She's playing in this, she's the Chromie. She's got my back to make sure I don't make a complete fool of myself, which I do anyway in this video because, you know, I'm not that good at this game. I play it recreationally, just for fun. I don't really do the whole PvP element of it. I used to, but then I found that the game just started screaming noob at everyone, and I was just like, can't be dealing with that. I'm just going to go beat up the AI. Anyway, Malthael himself is actually pretty darn good. For an assassin, he's got some amazing sustain, which I won't be showing in this video because this Lunara here ruins me, which is a point I would like to get across pretty early on. Malthael seems to be a pretty dominant anti-tank hero. So up against other assassins, he doesn't fare too well. He just doesn't have the sustain to live through that damage. Especially Lunara, purely because of her trait, her damage over time toxin crap. That thing does so much damage to Malthael that it really is a struggle. Any form of CC as well pretty much annihilates him, which I demonstrate spectacularly later on in this video. So if you're up against a tank with a good bit of CC abilities, Muradin would be one. You just kind of might want to avoid him. Anyway, Malthael as a whole, like I said, is really good. His passive or trait, whatever you want to call it, is every time he hits them you put Death's Mark on them, and Death's Mark will do 3% of their total health per second for 6 seconds, which makes him basically the anti-tank hero he is, because the more health they have, the more damage he does. So he basically nukes pretty much all tanks, really. He's got a good ranged ability, which is his E, which is his almost his only real anytime castable ability. He's able to cast his other two abilities, his W being a teleport in front of the enemy so they've got to then move around you, and his Q being a leech life ability. They can only be cast on enemies that have been hit by his passive. Now, when going through his skills, I haven't really decided on like a definitive build for him yet. I decided I was going to try and stick with ones that were passive, because a lot of his damage I assumed, and still do assume really, is going to be coming from his passive. So the more I could increase his passive, the better off I would do. However, on his first ability, when I saw passive, I got excited and clicked it. It turns out I just kind of increased his mounted movement speed by 20%. In hindsight, I think the first one I'll be going for will be his Q, where it doesn't just drain health, it also slows them. Beyond that, like I said, I'll be going for his passive. You can increase the duration, you can increase the damage over time. It just basically helps make it more and more useful, really. I mean, he does have other skills that were really, really good, but just after doing quite a bit of playtesting, because since actually doing this voiceover recording on top of this video, I have played as him a bit more and tested it out, and actually took it into PvP for a little bit as well. I was like, ooh, check me out, yay. Going purely for passive basically means he can wreck, and he can wreck very effectively. He becomes a bit of a damage demon, and to be totally honest, I think I'm in love. Like, seriously, I mean, he's got a sexy voice, he looks like death, he's got 2 scythes, he was like an angel, and now he's just hell-bent on trying to destroy everything that has any form of demonic essence in them. And then they throw him in the Nexus just for a little bit of hilarity and fun. Add in the fact that we are very near a full angel team. You could have Malthael as the assassin, Tyrael as the tank, and Uriel as the support. I'm really hoping that Imperius is a specialist if they bring Imperius in, although I'm kind of betting he's going to be a tank or an assassin. And I don't know who the other angel would be. There's quite a good selection to pick from. I mean, Deckard Cain, I would say. I'm aware he's not an angel, but when they bring Deckard Cain in, if they bring Deckard Cain in, I'm pretty sure he would be a specialist. You never know. So we're getting closer to that full angel team, and then we can start working on our full demon team. And then, you know, we can possibly set up a match of angels versus demons. And yes. But anyway, moving back to Malthael, he is really good. At some point, I would like to make a video of myself playing as Malthael and my wife on the Avatar, just to get that attack speed bonus. I think that would be absolutely amazing. I mean, I personally, well, one of my wife and I's favourite combination is me as Butcher going for a passive build, working on all that damage and health regen, and then my wife just increasing my attack speed, adding in the passive of the Butcher, increasing his attack speed, and then for your level 20 ability, Nexus Blaze for an increase of 20% damage. That thing wrecks. I don't want to brag, but once I get my Butcher to level 20 with my wife as the Avatar on me, stay out of our way, otherwise you're going to die. I am really hoping that we can do a similar thing with Malthael, purely because of his passive. That would be an insane amount of damage, potentially. Although saying that, as I've already said, despite the fact that he kicks out a massive amount of damage, his passive does not work on structures. Minions and heroes are fine, but as I've already said as well, Lunara wrecks, just in general, really, and she will mess up your day. You just don't have enough sustainability or survivability to handle her. When you come to CC at one point in a bit, I fail as that spectacularly, I've already said, but yeah, that nukes me as well. And you've just seen the teleport thing where the guy has to go around me. Tried using my ultimate, which I think this is brilliant. It's the very first quest ultimate in the game. The more things you kill with this, the lower the cooldown, and it is brilliant. I do recommend when you get to level 20, if you are struggling getting kills with it, pick the ultimate level 20 perk. There is another one which sounds pretty useful. You can revive yourself instantly, because you know you're death. So yes, instant revives, come at me, bro. But I have gone for basically a passive build, apart from obviously I used Last Rite for his ultimate, and it really did kind of work. Wasn't too chuffed with myself with the first perk I picked, being a 20% increase in movement speed while mounted. To be honest, I didn't really even notice the 20% increase in movement speed while mounted. It just gave me some weird dash lines behind me, but I didn't actually really seem to even increase my movement speed. Quickly going back to Last Rite, the actual damage influx, or the hit itself, creates doesn't have to kill the enemy. It can be the passive effect that causes. If that then kills the enemy, it still counts as a last right kill. So don't worry too much about actually killing them, as long as you kind of make sure that they are below half health. Like, even if it is just a little bit below, maybe get in one or two more attacks and you're pretty much golden there. And yeah, other than that, just sit back and enjoy being death for a bit. He really, really is a great little character at the moment. I'm thoroughly enjoying him. So yeah, that's really all I've actually got to say on this matter, so I'm going to shut up. You can either stop this video here, or you can continue on. There's about another 6 minutes left, and just watch how much of a fool I make of myself in a minute. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you quite soon. Have fun.
Double kill.
Gather tribute or face my curse. The choice is simple. Easily severed. Mayhem. Who gathers enough tribute this time? tribute or face my curse. The choice is simple. You have won my favor, heroes. Let your enemies know my wrath.